Yeah.
But to your previous point, I thought this was interesting that you said that, because I kind of saw a weird announcement, and I say weird because it was the area in which he did it. I'll put it up on screen here. But Mark Zuckerberg posted on Facebook, which is it's just so interesting that he posts on Facebook this kind of stuff that is just so drowned out and impossible to ever find. Like, why was it put here? I don't know. But basically, there is a new creator economy incentive package that they are putting in, which was interesting on a couple levels. One is there are no companies investing in creators right now, like much, other than Facebook. So they have that leverage right here. But I was reading this, and the point that was funny that you said is here's the news, but masking something else. And in their first statement, he says the 30% fees that Apple takes on transactions makes it harder to do that. So we're updating our subscriptions product so now creators can earn more. So it's the benefit to creators. But you're still taking 30%, so you mask the statement that you do the same thing with the 30%. But this specific plan, we won't do that with. So I thought, to your point, it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, it's a bunch of PR horseshit. What they do is they go to a whiteboard and they jot down, okay, what are people bitching about the most? And they jot it all down, and then like, okay, how are we going to address this stuff? Because we can't not address it forever. You know, like we can keep our mouth shut for a while, which they do for way too long, if you ask me. Like they do shit and don't tell people their intentions or like any of that stuff. It's insane. But I'm sure that they're going over there. They're writing down all of these terrible things. Like, okay, people are pissed about privacy. Oh, developers are pissed about this 30%. Oh, they're pissed about having to tie their Facebook account to this thing. So how are we going to alleviate these pain points and get people to shut the fuck up? Which is all they want to do, is to get you to shut up. Shut up, quit bitching. You okay, here, look, see, Apple takes 30%. We're not gonna do, but they are, just to your point, they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do. They just want you to shut up. They want you to quit bitching. They want to switch the narrative of Facebook and Meta are a bunch of assholes to Facebook and Meta do everything for everyone. And as long as we keep clicking past the headlines, we're going to see that that's not what's happening.
Which is why I started our talk with that one specific one. I'm even personally, I've fallen into the trap of the headlines, so I'm doing my best. This creator tweets were a little interesting. So it looks like what they're doing is they're launching a promotional link for creators for their subscriptions offering. So basically, you're getting individual links where I think it looks like this. I got to pull up my screen. It looks like now individual, you can basically subscribe to someone now on Facebook, pay them directly, and nothing is coming out of that cut. So you are getting 100%, which is good. In addition, anyone who does that, the creator will have the ownership of that audience, meaning they'll be able to get their email addresses and their info, which I hope is voluntary. I hope that's a voluntary item. But that is also interesting to me because you do have the problem, for example, Twitch or YouTube. Those people on that platform, it's very hard to get them off that platform, right? Like if I make a YouTube channel, YouTube has the power now over me for a while because I can't take that base and just pick them up and put them somewhere else. Which from their side, I get it. That I signed up for that. Like I'm not arguing about it. But it's interesting to be able to get that kind of info voluntarily, hopefully. I keep using the word voluntarily. Because it would give you more control over your audience, where if you decide to want to move off platform, you can't force them to move, but you have now avenues to directly contact them to pull them off to wherever else you want to go. Which it's interesting. And then the final thing, and then we can kind of review this, is what they're doing. It looks like there's a bonus program that pays creators for each new subscriber they get as part of their 1 billion creator investment fund. So basically, if someone pays you to subscribe to you, you get 100% of those funds. Nothing is taken out, and they'll pay you something on top of that for getting subscribers. Obviously, they want people on their platform. It's an interesting package. It's interesting that it's not targeted more to VR because it is the metaverse, but I get it. I'm being selfish there. What are your thoughts on this type of package they're putting together?
Man, I don't know. You know, I don't think as a creator, I would prefer to have the majority of my content on Facebook. But that is because of probably of just what I know about the company and, you know, how much I trust them. You know, obviously I know that Google is probably bad, right? But for some reason I feel better
For the
about.
record, it is not exclusive. So like, it's not like Twitch, where if you do partner on Twitch, you can't stream on YouTube. Like that Facebook subscription page is not. You're not locked into anything there. So just want to
That's good.
Yeah.
So that's good. So then you could potentially maybe like dual stream, or do something like that. You know, I think if you're already a creator on Facebook, congratulations. I guess that's awesome. Like you'll have plenty of opportunities now to, I don't know, do a little bit more. Um, I guess I'm just like always wondering what their intention is, and it really sucks because they're making the products that I love, and they're making technology that I love. It just really sucks that every time we like have to talk about something like this, I am like feeling like I'm being pulled in two different directions. You know what I mean? Like I want to just dive in and just be like, yes, like this is all amazing. More tools for creators, yes, some stores, Meta, yes, Facebook, yes, this, but like the reality is that it's hard to do that. So, I have a hard time getting excited about any announcements that come from them right now because I'm wondering what their intention is. I'm wondering what it actually means, where it's actually going to go, and whether or not it'll actually work out for the people who sign up for it. So on paper, sounds good, right? Make more money, have more control, more tools at your disposal. I guess we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who's using Facebook, so I don't know how I do know from some people who have a fairly large Facebook presence, like they do YouTube and Facebook, but man, Facebook pays way more than YouTube, like just before this program. So that's why some people do it. It's also much harder to be monetized on Facebook than it is YouTube, like extremely, extremely harder. But I don't know. I'm not on it, so I couldn't tell you much.
On Facebook, you don't go on there?
No, dude. Fun story. My Facebook account was made I'm gonna date myself here, but it was made in 2008 on my way driving to college by my sister because she says you cannot go to college without a Facebook account, and nice. It was made for me there and then used sparsely. So I have not posted on it. I couldn't tell you the last time I posted on it.
Interesting. I saw a lecture the other day of Mark Zuckerberg talking at Harvard, like the year after Facebook came out or something like that. This is like still when they had all of the email addresses tied to universities and stuff. Yep. And it was fucking crazy. Like he was a dude, like he was like one of us, like he just like was talking, had like natural tones, and like I was like not super confident, and like it was like really humanized him, and to watch him speak now versus the way, he was speaking when Facebook was just getting up and running is like two different people. It's super
Do you think that's
crazy.
A product of the job?
Oh,
like, do you
yeah.
think,
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say, do you think like I sometimes I listen to him and I wonder, I'm like, there's half of me that goes, you are a kid. Like, you love this shit. Like, you're all about it. And the other half has been groomed by a system that you have no choice but to be who you are now. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into that way too deep. But I see someone who actually is a gamer, is a VR nerd, is a zealot. And then the other half is just, I don't know how old he is, but he's just been doing this for so long that you can't get out of that mindset.
And he's Mark Zuckerberg, right? Like he's not just some fucking guy that like runs a company. He's world famous for creating like the biggest website of all time. Like the pressure of getting in front of a camera as Mark Zuckerberg must be staggering, knowing that like, I don't know, 1 billion people are going to watch it, like really, really insane. The amount of pressure that he must feel as, I'm assuming, a human doing what he does on a regular basis, especially when you know that you're just going to get fucking annihilated regardless of what you do. It doesn't matter what he says or does. He is going to get drugged through the fucking ringer. And if there's anything memeable, it's getting memed. If he says anything goofy, we're going to fucking call him out on it. Like,
okay, his meme-worthy stuff is meme-worthy, so he brings that
it's so
on himself.
meme-worthy.
He brings it on himself.
Sure he does.
Make it harder. Please make it harder for us to meme. I mean,
I know that picture of him with like the full white sunblock.
Surfing.
It's so good.
I mean, dude, just you're making it too easy to meme you, but it does lead to some fun stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, and the reason why I brought it up is it was just so interesting to see the change, right? Like from this like young kid with a sparkle in his eye, who was like still partying, to world famous billionaire CEO of the company that's building the metaverse.
Yep.
You know, it's just nuts.
Hit that subscribe button to stay on top of the daily clips, or catch the debates and fireside chats live on the main channel down in the video description. See you next time, Space Cowboys.